Hello, hello. Okay. I'll turn down the music a bit. Okay, so I set up a speedrun live split list just for fun that you can see on the bottom right side. So that's kind of like a checklist, essentially. So I'll just be working on this character. I'll need to retopologize, essentially, like, you see it, these polygons, that's like a lot. So I need to optimize that, essentially kind of remodel it, but it's more like tracing the existing topology, but like with way less polygons. So before that though, I need to merge these together. So now I don't think there's gonna be an issue if I leave it like this, the genes, because this is not gonna be visible in any of the shots that I'm gonna be doing. And then also I might need to make like an inside of this, because right now it doesn't have any. But we'll see how it goes. I'll just adjust on the way. This one also might need some work, but it's, I mean, this is gonna be only visible barely in like one of the scenes. So I think if it has like bad topology, it's not gonna matter much. But the main parts are like the bottom, like just from here to top, essentially. We are not gonna be looking from the bottom side like this. So alright, I'm just thinking on how to get to this properly. I could also just work on the head for now, and then go from there. Yeah, that could work. So save first. Alright, so now scale this down. I'll give it a mirror modifier. There we go. And then I need to turn on the magnet for, so that I can like stick to the faces like this. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go around the eyes first. Then maybe also around the nose. Usually there's a guide for a face, kind of like a map. So people will go from the eyes and the nose and the mouth, and then they just branch out from those parts. But for this model, it might not really be that necessary. Also, I will turn on, maybe turn on in front, so that I see the, wait, actually there's a, I just remembered, they added retopology, there we go. So there's like a special mode in Blender now for just retopology, so you see the polygons better when you are doing the topology. Because if I turn that off right now, it's gonna be like clipping. So if I have it on, then I can see where the faces go. I forgot to turn on the timer. There we go. And another thing you have to make sure is that you have to always be aware of how many of these you do. The lines you see here, edges. Because these are gonna all come together in the end. So everything you do has to be uniform, essentially. Okay. Okay, so that's the eyes. Alright. Now, I guess I could go from the mouth, perhaps. So maybe not like that. Okay. This is gonna be a bit interesting because, you know, there's an exaggerated kind of line like this. Okay, so I also have to be thinking about where everything goes, so maybe like this and this. But then how would I do these parts? Let's see. So if I connect maybe this and that. Kind of wonky though. I might need to add a bit more detail to this. Like maybe like this. We'll see. So let's have it like this for now. So it's gonna be like from here to here, connecting. I'm not sure if I should make a nose part as a guide. We'll see. Let's see. Maybe like this and that. Okay. So I guess that looks fine right now, I think. Okay. So now I'm thinking, I think I can either go from this way, like horizontally, or I can go like that. Let's try this. So I should connect these on the inside. Trying to also have it be tidy, so it's not all over the place. The closing part of retopologizing is always confusing to do. Everything else is fine, but the moment you get to the closing part, it's like, oh boy. But, I mean, there's multiple ways of doing it as well. Good morning, Nathan. How you doing? Okay, let's see. So maybe I should make one cut over here. And then these should be fine, because this connects, but this might need a bit more. How about this though? So I think maybe move them a little bit like this. Trying to have it like symmetrical. But then we have this one. I'm retopologizing this character I made for a client. This is the original. So, but the whole project is supposed to be a short animation of gamer subs, kind of like a promo. So I'm just in early stages right now. Yeah. Alright, let me try to... I guess I can kind of close them in by joining as well. Like merging them. But let's try like this. I don't know if that's gonna work, but we'll see. But then I would need to also make a cut right here. I don't know if I should do that, but I'll check. I guess that's fine. Retopologizing is optimizing the geometry. So, you see how many faces there is in here? Like, this is just raw sculpt data. So, essentially, you just make it optimized, but also maintaining the same look by, like, baking the textures. So you essentially just optimize the mesh so that you can work with the mesh on animations or games or etc. So that's what it is. And, like usually you can't really use a dense mesh for any animation. So that's why people have to retopologize them. And there's like a specific map, I guess you could say, for different parts of the body. If you're retopologizing a humanoid character. So they start with like the eyes, and then they start with the, or like they set kind of like the anchor points, I guess. So you start with like the eyes, then nose, then mouth, and then you kind of branch off from those parts. So it has like a, how do I say, I guess a proper map of the face. In my modeling, I never retopologize, but I gotta do that from now on. What do you model? Like, is it humanoids? Is it objects? And also, you have to always keep in mind the amount of edges. So whenever I do this right here, you see how there's lines or edges here? I have to correlate these two so that they flow together. Basic daily object just for practice, okay. I mean, for like basic objects, you won't really need to retopologize that much unless you're like sculpting. Like if you're sculpting, then it usually means you're using a lot of geometry. So if that's the case, then yeah. But for daily objects, it's way more simple for you to like retopologize. Now there is a more optimized way of doing this, which is like, let's say, if I want to save some time, like this, I could separately branch out one of the polygons, and then once I'm done setting them, I can click on this edge and just press F, and it fills the gaps. But I'm using an add-on called F2, which comes with the Blender, so you can just enable that, and it lets you to fill like this. Or you can also press F and you click on a vertex, and then you press F, and it makes a face like this. So it's really useful. Okay, so let's see, I'm gonna just wrap around for now and then figure out where I want to end. Okay, so now I have to kind of define an edge or a quad stop point, so where the edge stops essentially. So this is the beginning of this horizontal line, and then this is the beginning of the vertical line, and then I have to define another point that goes horizontally like this. Blender is the hottest free software in the game, so many people are creating plugins for it. This is Blender's golden era, yeah. And it's just gonna get better from now. Because it's like open source will always be better than non-open source. If it's popular enough. Because people are basically working on things that like organizations would take longer to develop. Like for example, if you have a problem with something, somebody can make an add-on for it way sooner than for you to like need to wait for the next major upgrade of a program. If it's like, let's say, Cinema 4D. Now I don't know if Cinema 4D has add-ons, but if I like, let's say it doesn't, then you have to wait for the next year for a improvement change. Whereas Blender can just have that in like a day for comparison. But that's just like an extreme comparison. Because like people are making stuff, so it doesn't necessarily rely on the developers, like the original developers, that much. Obviously it does, but you know. That's still XC4D. Yeah, I mean, I just could not get into Cinema 4D because of the UI. That's literally it. Blender's UI is just like way more simple to read. To me, at least. And not even read, it just doesn't... The Cinema 4D's UI didn't really appeal to me visually. So... And usually when that happens, I can't really... Like, I don't have a motivation, or... I just like can't really learn properly. I don't know why. Okay, maybe I need a bit more geometry here. Could also just do this and then merge them. Gotta make sure that I have even amounts though. So I guess add one here, add one or two here. I think that's it. Alright, that's closed off. Could add a bit more geometry here though. I will try to clean the kind of the flow of the lines as I go. Right now I'm just making the general shape. Okay, so I guess I could go maybe around like this. Okay. I think that should be fine. I'm just looking at where I would connect things right now. So this would make another face, this would make another face. This also. And then this is the connecting point, so I need to keep track of this line. So like right now I would connect these two. And then then what would happen? So that connects, right? So then maybe like from this point it connects afterwards, I would assume. Because this is the horizontal part, this is the vertical part. Okay, so these edges connect, and then this one is supposed to be maybe for this. I'll just move it a bit down. So maybe like this would go something like this, and then connect to this. Alright, we're missing one loop here. Could also make a loop over here. Okay. Just going to tell you, love your work of your edits. It made my teenage years for real amazing. Keep it up. Happy to hear that, Rainier. Thank you, thank you. And retopologizing is like a puzzle, pretty much. so. I mean, I guess I could add this, but then it also makes it loop over there. I guess I need to join this together. And then do this. It is tough at first, yeah, but I guess the more you learn about it, the easier it gets as everything else. It's essentially like, it doesn't look like it, but it's supposed to be a quad, like a cube shape, with like the way lines move. I guess the edge flow is more like a quad. Let me first wrap around this part, so just like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. And 13 somewhere. I'm just gonna like arrange these now as I go. you looked into edge loop reduction techniques? Not really, but I mean, I can try them myself, like dissolve the edges and stuff. But I'm not sure about like specific techniques. I will clean it up after I have wrapped around everything. There are pretty easy and handy graphics which show you how to reduce edge loops, one of the most important skills for subdivision modeling. Subdivision modeling, you mean like sculpting and stuff, or when you make like hard surface stuff with subdivision modifiers? Most often used in hard surface, yeah, but applicable to any smooth surface, to be honest. I guess I could like reduce these loops, perhaps, but at the same time, I kinda need more detail, like for example here. Column. So it's just, it merges together. Let's do this maybe. Oh, I'm using it from the other side. That's the mirrored side, so that's why. So we have more geometry on bottom side compared to the top. So I'm gonna have to add a bit more. So let's see. This one is a bit weird though. Like this part. Maybe I need to put another loop like over here. So that these connect. So we got 2 points here, and then we need 3, like that. And then let's just do fill for now. And then maybe add a bit more geometry here. What's your PC specs? I have them in my description, if you check below the video, or the stream I mean. Okay, so this part, yeah, this part needs a bit more, but then again, maybe I'm supposed to distribute them a bit better. So let's see. I'll try to clean it up now. So like this part is pretty dense, I guess, compared to everything else. Are you using your PC right now or laptop? My PC. Okay, we need like a line right here, though I could move this up like this. Okay. No, I'm good. Okay, so I wonder if there's a better way to do the nose part. Because at the same time I need these vertices, but then they branch out like that. Kind of weirdly. Let me check where these lead actually. Okay. Now, I guess I could try to add like a subdivision modifier here. That looks not bad, I would say. But I wonder how many faces it adds when I apply. That's pretty good. I mean, I think it's pretty close. Maybe the mouth could be better. Where in USA? What do you mean? What do you mean, where in USA? I don't know what you are talking about, like, where do I live? Confused. Alright, there was also this Holy build, right? I could have just used that, but it's fine. I can use it for other parts. Was kind of simple question. I don't know, like, where in USA, what does that correlate to? Like, what is where in USA? Unless your other message didn't send or something that I didn't see. Oh, my voice? Do you mean my accent? Like, which accent it is? I don't live in USA, I live in the country Georgia, which people always mistake with the state Georgia, but it's the country Georgia that I meant. Yeah, I remember that you are from Sweden, actually. From a previous stream. Okay, so that's clearly a problem. Yeah, you've been here on my Cryofear stream talking about your mom being mad at you for changing your name to Max. Isn't there a way to smooth in Blender? You mean like these parts? There's a smooth modifier, maybe I could try that. But that smooths a little bit too much, and that's not what I want. Unless there's another one. I guess that's kinda better. Hello, Helix. I have subdivision surface. So the thing is that when I use subdivision surface, I guess you can still see it here. Like you can see these lines because of how many edges I have. But then the subdivision surface kind of accentuates it a bit more. So I gotta figure out how to deal with the dense edges like this. Trying to like space them out a bit right now, if that helps. Now I could also just dissolve them, but if I dissolve them, they're also gonna dissolve off these lines, which I need for the nose. So unless there's like a way to only have them on the nose, then I guess I could maybe if I select for it to not delete stuff from here and just delete from there, maybe that could work. I can try that. So I don't know if this is like a good idea, but I mean I can try. So dissolve the edges over there. And then also, what is this one? And then maybe I could tell it to not dissolve it in these areas and dissolve it over there instead. Perhaps. Like that. Because I need some detail in here too. I'm kind of just experimenting right now, seeing what works. I mean, that works pretty well, if I do say so myself. Okay. Could add a bit more loop sword to here. And maybe like over there on the top crease, right there, could work. Yeah, that's better, I would say. And maybe have this line go kind of on the highest point of the lip in this part. Yeah, that works. I can still see like a line there, but I could dissolve it using like this method. Now I'm not sure if people usually do this. Like, do people dissolve just like this in kind of specific areas? So when I leave it undissolved on the lips, but I dissolve it over here. I know Russian, yeah. So I know Georgian, native language, English, Russian, I was learning Japanese, but I had to pause because of German. And now I'm learning Swedish as well. Yeah, this is the... Hold on, let me just turn this off. This is the character that I remade in 3D. Pretty much. So that's how it's supposed to look in the end. Alright, let me just look around, see if there's any more unnecessary edges. Thank you, thank you. I guess like I can kind of see over here, I could maybe turn on cavity. That doesn't really work that much for some reason. Okay, kind of does. I know Swedish, Danish, Spanish, so I think you said, meant Norway, not even Norwegian, you know, Norway. I think this topology came out, I mean, pretty good for what it is. Not perfect by any means, but if it works, it works. Could use some edge loops over here too. Like that, maybe. Hej, kan svenska. Maybe I could dissolve these two. It's funny how people, like, you may not know a language, but there's always people that just know swear words in a language that they don't speak. It's like the main thing. And maybe I should also dissolve maybe like this one. I don't know what soot means, but I know everything else that he said. Oh. You speak only German and English? I mean, that's enough. Not like you have to speak anything else. Was ist los? Recently, my girlfriend asked me if there was like a language that was kind of like a neighbor language to mine, which is Georgian. But no, there isn't. Like, nothing is comparable to Georgian. So she was kind of like sad about that, or not sad, but like just dreading or something. I don't know how to explain it, but it just sucks that there's no other languages to go off of when you want to learn Georgian, pretty much. Was best food there? What do you mean? You mean in Georgia? Or... I mean, we got like a pretty, like a lot of traditional stuff. Like lobiani, which is like bread with specific kind of mix of beans. It's kind of has the shape of a pizza. Then we have khachapuri, which is like the same shape, but it has cheese in it, like Georgian cheese. Then we have khinkali, which is dumplings. I know surströmming. I've seen a couple of videos of people regretting it. I've seen one video of like British people trying it. There were like 2 British people, and one of them was just about to puke, but the other one was just fine, like no reaction. But yeah, I don't think I want to try that any time in future. Only watch Mr. Sweden himself, Anomaly, yeah. Like, I thought that guy was German. Didn't think he was Swedish. I think this is good for now. Let's just do other parts. So I will just name this head retopo, and I'm gonna hide the other one. His CSGO inventory is worth over 3 million. Yeah, I'm not surprised. everyone is rich in Sweden. Speaking of that though, how common is like my profession in Sweden, like as a job? Because if there is like a department to where I will live, in Sweden in future, I could like work as a VFX artist somewhere. I think you still have to freelance. Yeah, I mean, I know that one, but like, I'm talking about more like a stable job, if there is a way to do that. You get apartment and 1,300 euros in a month for being homeless. Be homeless. Just get a house. Go ahead. Oh, jobless. You only get something if you are a legal... are a illegal immigrant in Germany? With job 3,200k euros per month. I don't know how accurate that is. 30k sounds like a lot per month. And I don't know like what job you mean, because I don't think that's average. I'm moving to Sweden as well, doing it an IT job or something. Are you gonna learn Swedish or are you gonna use English? Because English is pretty common in Sweden, so you don't even have to learn the language, but for some jobs you might need to. You are learning Swedish, nice. Right now I'm just learning surface level on Duolingo, and also I got my girlfriend helping me as well, so it's kind of surface level right now, but I'm gonna learn it in depth as well in the future. It is close to German, yeah, and English. But yeah, but not by much. It's like got like some similarities with words, but I think grammar is like the sentence structure is different. Fika. You sit together and drink coffee and cakes sandwich. Yeah, I know that one. You always start at 8:30 in Germany. I'm sleeping at that time. What is the time in Sweden? Like average work time to start. Nine 9:24? Why is that so specific? Why not like 9:30? Okay. Oh, no. I meant, when do you start to work in Sweden? Like, the average time that you need to get up and go to work, or be ready for work. Hello, Weed Apples. Four to 10 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty early, especially the 4. But yeah, it depends on the job. Could just be like a night guard, so that would make sense. I think I have to wrap around this part. So, let's see. My father is a high-ranking police officer, and sometimes he has to get up at 9 p.m. and work till 10 a.m. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. If you are a construction worker, you need to drive 2 hours to Stockholm. What if you live in Stockholm? Do you still have to drive 2 hours to Stockholm if you live in Stockholm? It's like you do a loop around. It's like a mandatory thing. Yes, you have to appreciate your city every single day you go to work by doing a loop around with your car for 2 hours. It's in the contract, don't ask. That's why you need to read contracts. But if you're in other city, you need to wake up at 5 or 6. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. It depends on the distance. How long do you render most things, by the way? So it really depends like what's going on in the scene and how many reflections there are and etc. Need to take shower, eat breakfast, then you need to drive 2 hours. All right. So it really depends on the project, but if you render with Blender, it could take anywhere from like less than a second to like 20 seconds per frame. But for this project, I'm gonna be using Unreal Engine to render stuff. So I will be porting over everything from Blender to Unreal Engine. And then the render from there. And I'm also gonna build the lighting and volumetrics and stuff in Unreal Engine. So yeah, for like bigger projects, it's better to use Unreal Engine to render stuff, because Unreal Engine renders like miles faster. But like the only downside is that you need to just prepare everything for porting over, like textures, and you know, you gotta unwrap stuff, you have to properly texture things on like just one material. Because like if you use different materials, live chat, were you in like a top chat? You know how in Blender you can have multiple materials here in the list and then you can assign it to different parts of the object? You can't exactly do that whenever you want to port an object or a model to Unreal Engine. You have to make everything on one material. So what you end up doing is you make kind of like masks, I guess you could say, of different parts of the object, and then you use those masks to color them, those parts, in just one material, pretty much. I guess I could merge this and then do that, yeah. Looks good so far. Okay, there we go. Now I need to do this thing. Also, apparently they're gonna make a city made out of wood, like buildings, in Stockholm. Moonlight, I don't... At this point, I don't know if you're joking or not. Why is this like that? I wonder. There's like a triangle shape. And this is pretty good. And there we go. Can't I just like... I guess this should be fine, right? I don't think I should do anything about this. Also, there's a big thunder where I live, so I might need to turn off the stream. We'll see how bad it gets. Let's do this one next. Okay, there we go. Let me use the poly build tool now. This one, yeah. This should be easier. Also, is this not in center? You're always laughing. Laughing. Why? Okay. Origin to geometry. And then let me just switch into 3D cursor. I think that should be good. There. It still doesn't look like it's in the middle though. Which is interesting. There we go. Okay, I think I should actually turn off my PC right now because of the thunder, because that's a big thunder. Alright, I'll go live again once it's over though. Yeah, bye-bye. I don't know why I can't really blink properly. There we go. Hello. Bye-bye.